Philemon 5 says, "Because I hear of your love and your faith toward the Lord Jesus and for all the saints." So this is what Paul is remembering when he's praying for these guys. So I think we should all take that as something for us to consider for ourselves, something to reflect on. How is our love? And remember, this is agape. In case you don't know, that is the love that God is, that John tells us in 1 John. God is love. This is agape. Not that love is God, but that God is love. God is pure and righteous. And this is a self-sacrificial kind of love, the love that the Father had for us when he gave his only Son. Is that the kind of love that is being reflected in us? I want you to take some time, think about that, reflect on it yourself. It's one thing to have that love toward Jesus and to be willing to do whatever you can for him, but are you doing that for the saints as well? I remember one time in college where I did not reflect this kind of love. I was really young in my faith, but that's not an excuse. It's just where I was. And because of that, I needed to be taught that how I treat other people in front of the world shows how I love Jesus. And so I had to stop and take a look back at myself, because those saints that Paul is talking about, these are other believers, not just St. Paul, St. Peter, and St. James and stuff. I mean, because if it was at that point, then there would have been very few of those. So we're talking about all the saints, all the believers. No greater love has a man than this, that he lay his life down for his friends. Or, this is how the world will know that you are my followers, by how you love one another. So these things that Jesus said, these are the things that Paul's talking about, and these are the things that we need to be reflecting. Or as the old song goes, if you don't love your neighbor, you can't love God. So think about that. Look at yourself. Take a moment or 10 and really analyze yourself and how you treat other people, how you act. You might think it's just playful. You might think, oh, well, you don't know what that person said about my mama. Right, but you are supposed to love. You can't control other people, but you can control the person in the mirror. So take some time, reflect, and think about that. All right, we'll see you soon.